Okay, I guess we can start with introducing Natalia first. And so Natalia is the founder of Glitches and Stitches, which is a DIY platform um, promoting self-sustenance, so to say. And Natalia, I'd leave it to you now to introduce yourself further and tell us more about your platform.
Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be able to join this community and share a little bit about my story and some of the things that I'm making and working on. Thanks for the opportunity. Could you activate the screen sharing?
Sure. Just give me a second.
No problem.
Yep, done.
Okay. So just to share a little bit about me and my background, I'm a fashion designer by trade. I worked in the fast fashion industry for about a decade before moving to Dubai 3 years ago. So working in fast fashion that made me very self-aware of a lot of the sustainability issues that the whole textile industry brings up. As a designer myself, it's never a nice thing to think about the fact that the products that I'm working so hard on are potentially ending up in a landfill after just being worn a few times. So I was really eager to shift mindsets and work towards a more sustainable goal in general. I host a bunch of workshops and events around mostly Dubai, but all over the UAE. They're all around creativity. That's kind of the core thing that brings everything together. So part of them are around sustainable products that you can make yourself. Like the most popular one is a DIY chemical-free deodorant. I also have a hair mask and some of the ones that I'm going to be sharing today. I've shared before around Dubai as well. I just kind of a maker in general. And when I was little and my best friend used to come over for sleepovers, our big tradition was we would always make an oatmeal egg face mask that we'd found in like 17 magazine or something like that. So I've always just been really into making whatever I can do myself rather than going ahead and buying it. Even my parents were always trying to give us natural home remedies before taking us to the doctor. So it's something kind of values that I've had and stored in me for a while. I also do a lot of embroidery. You might wonder what that has to do with sustainability, but I actually use embroidery as a way to repair and artfully mend holes and stains that I have in the clothes, issued from the fast fashion industry. I'm actually wearing one today. You can see all of these little stars were tiny, tiny little holes. So it's an interesting way to make your clothes more personal, and then while also helping them survive into the next few years. Another project that I've done mixing embroidery and sustainability is using waste leftover plastic packaging to create artwork. I have an example here. So these are patterns inspired by Middle Eastern art, and this is all using waste that I had accumulated during lockdown. So just some different ways of applying sustainability to just about anything you can be passionate about. I'm a strong believer in creativity as an outlet for mental health in particular. I think there's nothing more satisfying than seeing a product that you create, whether it be a sugar scrub or embroidery or artwork, whatever it is, being able to see it be created before your very eyes is just extremely gratifying, and I think there's kind of nothing like it. Glitches and Stiches is the company that I founded 3 years ago when I arrived in Dubai. Like I said before, it's all around creativity, DIY, with an accent on sustainability and kind of supporting mental health wherever I can add that angle in. I'm always happy to, it's important for me for there to be a bigger message behind what I'm doing than just creating something. I like to say that I help design junkies become self-sufficient. So I do corporate activations and events for like companies, brand launches, and then I also do the DIY workshops that are open to the public. I have several every month. Like I was saying, the deodorant, and I have a hair mask, and lots of different embroidery related workshops as well. And then I also host a few community events that are just, you know, open for the community, where everybody brings in whatever it is they're working on. We meet around a communal table and kind of, you know, just jazz off of each other's creative vibes. So that's Glitches and Stiches. And then so for the first product that I wanted to show you how to make today is an exfoliating scrub. So you can make it either with sugar or salt. It's really easy. You probably already have the ingredients at home to make one yourself tonight. So this can be, the quantities can all be increased, but it's a 1-to-1 scale basically. So first off, we have the oil. So the ones that I've outlined in the presentation here are, is my phone being shared? Yeah. So I have avocado oil. This is a really rich oil. The skin absorbs this oil really well. So it's a great vehicle to kind of get it to absorb other essential oils. It has antioxidant properties and collagen boosting properties. So it's really good in particular for dry and mature skins. And then if you have more of an oilier acne prone skin, another one that I can recommend is grapeseed oil. So that one's a lot lighter, so it won't leave as much of a residue if your skin doesn't necessarily need a lot of the extra moisture. And it's also recommended for acne because it's antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory, so it kind of disinfects any infections that you might have on your skin. And then for the sugar, so try to find a fine grained sugar if you're using it on your face in particular. But I don't know if you can see the screen where I'm showing the sugar very well or not.
I don't think anybody can see your screen. Maybe you can stop your screen sharing so that they can.
Okay. Because it's the other screen on my phone. I don't know if there's a way to make it a co-host. Oh, wait, I can do that.
Yeah, 1 second. Can everybody see now?
Are we good? Okay.
Good, guys.
So you can use a fine grain brown sugar whenever you're using homemade beauty products. Obviously, go for something, you know, organic and unrefined, as natural as you can get it. Oh, someone says they can only see the presentation.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Is it okay now? Hello.
For me, for me it's fine, but I don't know about if everybody else can. No, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
So now they can't see the presentation now. Is that okay?
Yeah, I stopped screen sharing the presentation, and I don't think I'm host anymore.
Maybe
yeah.
you can take us through the video that you're doing, and then in the end you can share your screen with the ingredients and the presentation.
Sure. So you can see the screen with the bowl, right?
Yes.
If you can do a spotlight on that, maybe it'll share as the main screen for people.
I have made you host, so maybe you'd have to kind of display that. Maybe if you'd like to just switch to your phone screen and talk through that. They can't see the other screen considering that. I think it's when you're speaking that screen kind of pops up.
Okay.
So maybe if you could mute that one and put on the one, yes. Yes.
Okay. Are we good now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I was saying, whenever you're making homemade products to use on your body or face, try to aim for organic, refined, as high of a quality product as you can afford. So if you're using the scrub on your face, I'd recommend sugar because you can get finer grains. If you're doing a scrub for your body, maybe like, for example, elbows or callus on your feet, you can use salt that you'll have a little bit slightly larger grains, and that's totally fine. I have a skin that's more prone to be dry, so I'm going to use the avocado oil. The scale, the ratio is roughly 1:1. So I had 1 tablespoon of sugar and I'm adding 1 tablespoon of olive oil, of avocado oil. You can see that it's quite thick, which is why it's not ideal for people that already have oily skins. But mine is quite dry. So the exact amount you'll need might depend on how big your grains are. Basically, you want enough so that all of the sugar is coated. And then you can mix in some essential oils. So tea tree is often recommended for acne-prone skins, that it helps disinfect the acne. I like to use lavender, which is good for dry and irritated skins. And I'm going to add in 3 to 4 drops. It's about 1 drop of essential oil per 12 drops of carrier oil. So here we have a full tablespoon of carrier oil, gives us quite a bit of leeway. And that's it. So you can see here I've made quite a small quantity, but it actually keeps fairly well. I've seen things online saying that it can keep up to 6 months. Oil is a natural preservative. Sugar is also a natural preservative, as is essential oils. So you don't really have any products that are going to naturally spoil quickly, which is an advantage, but it's so easy to make. It's, you know, quite easy to make just enough for one usage. And I use it once or twice a week. And I usually apply it as part of my evening routine. So I'll wash my face in the evening and get off all of the makeup or whatever excess pollution that's on my skin, and then just gently rub it in concentric circles like this for a few minutes. Lightly, the goal isn't to, you know, sandpaper your skin away, but just gently exfoliate and then rinse with warm water and pat dry. You'll have a little bit of an oily residue afterwards, but that's why I like to apply it in the evening, because actually this kind of protective film will soak in your skin throughout the night. And so on those nights, there's no need to wear a night cream. So it keeps working even after you've applied it through the night.
So Natalya, we have 2 questions. Kim asks us, what brand of essential oil are you using, and do you buy any of these locally?
So the ones that I've shown here today is a French brand. It's from Aromazone. You can have it delivered, but I think there's quite a high minimum quantity to get the delivery free. But there are tons of places that sell it locally. I think you mentioned that on your website, it's going to they're going to go on sale soon as well. But most health food stores like Organic Foods and Cafe have quite a large selection. And for the regular oils, these are also from Organic Foods and Cafe.
Also, there's another question. Does one keep in the refrigerator? Can it be refrigerated if you have some left out?
You don't need to keep it in the refrigerator. Keep it in an airtight container. If you keep it in the refrigerator, it will probably solidify. Oil tends to do that when it's cold. But as I said, these aren't products that naturally spoil quickly. Oil is a preservative, sugar is a preservative. These are all materials that you wouldn't keep in your fridge on their own. So when they're mixed together, you can also leave them out of the fridge. I see somebody else asked about other essential oils. Yes, there are tons of other essential oils that can be used for facial scrubs. I recommend, reading through the properties of the ones that you already have at home, or searching for specific properties that you're looking for. But there are tons of different essential oils that are good for the skin. If there aren't any other questions about the sugar scrub, we can move on to the detergent, the laundry detergent.
Reshma asks, are there any other essential oils that can be used for the scrubs?
Yes, I just answered that one. There are many essential oils that can be used for the scrubs. So there's so many actually that it's worth, researching the ones that you already have at home, because most people do already have a few at home, and seeing what properties those have. But there's such a wide array of essential oils. I can't go through them all.
Great. Any other questions on the scrub? Okay, great. I think we can move ahead.
Okay, great. So the next one is the homemade laundry detergent. So here's what it looks like at the end. You can see it's quite a similar consistency to a laundry detergent that you buy in stores. And it looks like I can't share my screen anymore, but it's a pretty low list of ingredients, so I'm sure we'll manage like this. So for the ingredients, I'm going to start off.
You should be able to share your screen now.
Okay. So for the laundry detergent, I'm starting off with, can you see the other screen?
Yes, we can.
The one with the pot, is it visible? If it's not visible, I'll just quickly go through the ingredients. So we have 40 grams of grated Castile soap. Castile soap is basically a soap that's made from vegetable oils rather than animal. So that can be Marseille soap, which is the one I mentioned I saw on your website. You can also use Aleppo soap, so a soap that's made from olive oil or similar, rather than a soap that's made from milk, for example. So 40 grams of shaved soap you can buy in bars and grate it yourself, or you can find it often already in flakes like this. We have 1 tablespoon of bicarbonate of soda. So bicarbonate of soda is the same thing as baking soda. It's the same one that you use in cooking. It's used in a lot of homemade cleaning products or beauty products for its odor absorption properties. Here at home, I use it in my deodorant. It's one of the biggest active ingredients in my deodorant. I also use it in my cat's litter box sometimes to absorb the urine smell. A lot of people will leave an open box in their fridge. And so with the laundry, it can also help absorb any odors from your laundry. And then I have a tablespoon of the simplest white distilled vinegar. So also something that you'll probably already have in your kitchen to remove a calcar from pots, for example. And then 1 liter to 1.5 liters of hot water. So I'll stop the sharing now. So can you all see my screen with the pot? Going to assume yes.
Yes, we can see it.
So I'm going to start off by pouring 1 liter of hot water. It doesn't have to be boiling, but warm. And then I'm going to pour in the soap flakes. So this is Marseille soap, which is classic Castile soap made with olive oil. And it's going to dissolve. The hotter the water it is, the quicker it will dissolve. But so here it might take a little bit more time because the water has cooled down a bit. And mix in the bicarbonate of soda. And the white vinegar. See, it mousses a little bit. That's the bicarbonate of soda and vinegar reacting together. If you've ever made a homemade, one of those homemade volcanoes out of paper mache with your kids, you'll recognize that chemical reaction there. And so you just wait and stir until it's completely dissolved. When it's dissolved, it will be a lot more liquid than this because it's heated up. And then as it cools, it will congeal. So once everything is dissolved, then you can pour it into one of your used detergent containers. And then as it cools, it will harden quite a bit and become more paste-like. One really pertinent piece of advice that I received about generally switching over to natural and zero waste products is, I'm guessing that all of you already have some detergent that's partially used in your laundry rooms. I wouldn't recommend waiting until you finish that to start with your own, because oftentimes when you finish your natural product that you've made yourself isn't necessarily the most convenient time to make another batch. Maybe you're out of an ingredient or you forgot to order. Maybe you just don't have time, and that doesn't allow for a lot of flexibility. So if you still have half a bottle left over of your commercial deodorant or detergent or face scrub or whatever it is that you're replacing, then that buys you some extra time so that you can go out and buy the ingredients. If you bought a whole new fresh bottle, then you figure out, I might as well wait until I finish that to start a new one. And it just becomes this vicious cycle. So don't feel like you have to use up the stock that you have. It's definitely a useful thing to have. You can see it's dissolving more and more. And within a few minutes, it will probably be fully dissolved. In the meantime, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
So how much of this detergent do you use in like one cycle for a washing machine?
The same as the classic detergent. So I usually use, so this is my bottle here. I'll usually use 1.5 to 2 capfuls. Oh, and forgot the last ingredient to add is the essential oil. So this will give a scent to your detergent, and it will also help keep it fresh longer. So about 5 drops should be enough. I like to use lavender just because it's a scent that I enjoy for my laundry. You can add more if you like as well. Everybody has kind of a different level of how much smell they enjoy in their laundry. Is it able to clean even really soiled clothes? If you have a big stain that's quite well put in there. When I was using my old laundry detergent, I would always, kind of purposefully clean a stain that's, I don't know, maybe like chocolate or jam or syrup, put a little bit of detergent on that and rub so that I kind of, partially get it out before I put it in the laundry machine. All in all, I'd say it's pretty equivalent to a standard detergent that I use, that I was using before. Yeah, so I'd say it's similar. One of the answering the last question from Rami's, it's a similar efficiency. I mean, the main ingredient is soap, so it's not surprising that it'll wash wash like soap. One of the things that I've noticed when using natural products or homemade products is people always tend to overcompensate because it's something that's homemade. We expect it not to work as well. And so then we tend to use actually a lot more than is needed when actually you would only need a similar amount. I see that a lot with the deodorant. People go through it really quickly because they don't really expect it to work as well as it does. Or a friend of mine uses a homemade dishwashing detergent. And same thing, we were noticing throughout the vacation that we spent together that year that we were going through it much faster than we did the commercial one, when there was really no need for that. Where do you get the Castile soap? So it's available on Shift Eco's website, already in flakes. The last question is, I've used DIY laundry from Marseille soap chips before, and it ended up harming my machine. Have you had that experience? I've been using this one for a little under 1.5 years now, and I haven't had any issues. As you can see, it's nearly dissolved. We're almost there. So you get the idea. Once it's completely dissolved, then you can use a funnel to put it back into your into a used detergent bottle. Okay, so I think that's it for the products. As you can see, they're really easy and straightforward to make, and don't need a lot of different ingredients. If you're interested in joining any DIY workshops, they're all up on my website or Instagram at Glitches and Stiches. And if anybody has any other questions, I'm happy to answer them as well.
Great. I think, Natalya, one last time, if for both, you could just display your screen in case anybody wants to note down the ingredients. Maybe
yeah,
we
sure.
could take.
Oops.
We have Kim asking about your workshops on weekends, and they said that most of yours look like they're midweek. Do you have any on the weekends?
Yes, the deodorant workshop in particular, I do them on Saturdays. It's usually the 3rd or 4th Saturday of the month. The next one should be on the 17th of April. And a lot of the events I think that you might have seen, Kim, is the community-based events, the embroidery club that's during the evening on the 1st and 3rd Tuesday, and the craft jam, which is a co-working meetup for people in the creative industry. So that one is during the week on purpose because it's aimed at people who are professionals in the industry. But I do workshops on weekends, yes.
And if we have a lot of interested people, maybe we can do another session with Shift Eco.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. If you want to receive the schedule with I know that a lot of the workshops for next month aren't online yet, but if you sign up for the newsletter, then you'll get the schedule as soon as it comes out in the next week or so.
Great. So I thought this, okay, so there's another question from Reshma.
Yes, it does thicken. So you can see in the pot, it's quite liquid, but I'll show you on the screen here. I'm going to accidentally pour it out. It's quite congealed. So it's pretty much to the same consistency as the industrial one. I'm sorry, let's see that. So it thickens as it cools.
Great. Do we have any other questions? Okay, I think we're good. And Natalya, I must say that this seems so much easier than it looked. I mean, I always thought that this is going to be a larger process and it's going to take a lot of effort to kind of be making your own products. But this seems super simple to do. And yeah, I'm excited to try.
Yeah, I think that's a really common misconception. There are a lot of products that are complicated to make, like making your own soap, for example, is quite a lengthy and complex process. But there are lots of things that can also be very easy and not time consuming at all to make. I mean, the deodorant and the hair masks in particular, I do an hour-long workshop because I want to explain to everyone, which role each ingredient plays within the recipe so that they can make modifications if they like to down the road. But when I make it on my own at home, it takes me like 5 minutes.
Amazing.
I see another question from Giza. Yes, I've done it with coconut oil as well for the should read the question out first. Does coconut oil work for the sugar scrub? And yes, I've also used coconut oil. You can also melt down a little bit of shea butter and add that in as well. You can use argan oil. Olive oil can be used, but be sure to use a really high grade, pure olive oil because often the ones that we buy for cooking are blended. But many different oils can be used.
Great. Any other questions? So great. I think, Natalya, this was very, very well presented and it was concise and a super, super simple process. And for anybody who would want to reach out to Natalya, I'd definitely email you her coordinates, or you can shoot out an email to Shift Eco and we'd be happy to connect you. And for the recording of this video, we actually are launching a Shift Eco blog by end of next week, which is basically all about sustainable living and things that you can do to make small shifts that have a large impact. And one massive sort of section within that is going to be DIYs. So we have a lot of other webinars that we conduct almost every month, and we have recordings of that will be available, a lot of articles that you can just read and understand different processes to follow. So it is going to be extremely interesting, and this video is definitely going to be up on that. And yeah, do take a look. Any other questions, anybody? So I have Ramesh saying, I'm from a recycling field, mostly focused into sustainability by avoiding landfills and other environmental issues. Usually we receive liquids like body wash, shampoos, and we empty the packaging and store the liquid. The plastics go for recycling. Oh, that's great, Ramesh. Any question you have for Natalya on that? Okay. So everybody, I think it's so important. Okay, so there is a question. Do you think there is any way to produce any materials out of this? Are you talking about all the leftover body wash and shampoos with the liquids?
Is that for me?
So,
Ideas
so
for reusing bottles. Well, the detergent bottles, I do refill them and generally aim for making my own products so that I can refill the bottles rather than buying new ones. I'm sure in terms of arts and crafts, there must be a lot of ideas. Ideally, I think is recycling and using less rather than recycling actually is a better long-term goal. But actually, I'd be really interested to hear about what the recycling field is like in the UAE and what kind of advances are being made. So I'd love to hear about your experience in that.
so Ronis is asking what you can do with those leftover liquids, like body wash and shampoos. Is there a way to sort of
Oh, the
use?
leftover liquids. I guess use them to the last drop, but I don't have a.
And then we have another
If
question.
you're combining a lot of different products, I'm not sure that they're always necessarily safe to mix because you'd have to be familiar with all of the different chemicals that are used in each product. So I'd be a little bit wary of mixing them together to form any type of super product.
Right. We have another question from Karishma. Can the detergent water be used on plants after washing clothes?
Um, what do you mean by the detergent water? Like you get water out of the washing machine afterwards?
Yes, I think this is after washing the clothes, so it is the remaining water.
Um, to be honest, I don't know. I haven't tried using water with soap as a water for the plants. Sometimes when I have infestations like mealy bugs or something like that on the plants, I do spray them with a bit of soap and neem oil. But that's as far as I've gone in terms of applying soap on the plants. I'd have to look into that.
Great. So great. I think we're done with all the questions. Um, we have Karishma saying we really want to attend such useful sessions in future also. Karishma, we definitely keep that in mind, and we're doing workshops every month. And from next month onwards, we're going to be doing them literally every 2 weeks. So we'll keep you posted on the multiple events we have. And having said that, I think thank you so much, Natalia, for sort of agreeing to come on our panel today and sharing with us your secrets of making the perfect DIY scrub and home detergent. It just seemed really easy to implement. So I'm sure everybody on the panel, everybody who attended the session, is definitely going to give it a try.
Yeah,
And
actually, if you do make the products, please post a picture on Instagram and tag me. I'd love to see the final products that you've made. It always it encourages me to to do more webinars if I know that people are following along with them. So please share your products if you make them. I'd love to see it.
I'd definitely do that. So great. And for everybody, I think we come to an end. I would love to watch the. Sure, Karishma, I will share all the other recordings with you as well. And I think with this, we come to an end towards this session. And we definitely, look for more opportunities to partner with Natalia and other like minded people who are doing some great informative things in terms of sustainability, in terms of making your own products. And please give this a try, everyone, because it's great to be making your own products where you literally go plastic free. You're not using much packaging material. You know exactly about what ingredients are going into your own products and what you'd be using on your skin, and even the clothes that you're washing with the laundry and they're touching your skin. A lot of existing commercial products have a lot of chemicals and aren't very good for the skin. So be sure to try this and let us know your feedback, and do tag us and Natalia, and let's be in touch.
And thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It was so great to be, part of this community.
Thank you, Natalia.